Hey, rock stars. It's Tuesday night. Welcome to the Teen Sizzle. We had a request last week. We've had a couple requests come in this week, actually. The request last week came in and asked if we could speak about how money comes in. Because sometimes, as a new builder, you start getting checks and you're not quite sure where it came from. Sometimes there's money on your account that says you can apply to your LRP and you don't know where it came from. And so I've asked Michelle Ward to jump on here and talk to us about how to make money with doTERRA. How does it work? How does this money come in? What are the ways doTERRA pays us? So as you start making, your first few checks with doTERRA, you'll know what's happening and what to expect. Another topic that we've had requested by Tracy was for Joyce to come on and talk about her online system that she's using right now to build. And so she's going to actually do that next week for us. So I just want to put a plug in here for that now to be on next week for that. So Miss Michelle, take it away.
Okay, one of my screens disappeared here, so hold on just a quick second.
No worries.
Let's see if I can get it pulled back up. So, okay, first of all, let's kind of talk about, hold on, let me pull this back up. I think I closed it accidentally as we started. I don't know how that happened, but that's okay. So with, you guys are familiar with the belief pyramid, right? I'm going to kind of do this like everybody's going, what belief? Like we're talking about compensation. But we're going to talk about the belief pyramid just a tad bit here, simply because I'm going to, oh, there it is. Awesome. Okay. So now I got to go back to my share. Now that I got it pulled up. Here we go. Okay. Can everybody see that?
It just says Michelle Ward has started screen sharing, but I don't see anything yet.
Okay, let me know when you see it.
Oh, there we go. Yep, got it.
Okay, so tonight, some people have maybe learned about the belief pyramid, maybe you've never heard of that, but we're going to tie in the compensation plan along with belief, okay? And so this isn't your traditional, hey, this is how we get paid in doTERRA talk. This is going to be more about, we're going to talk about that and you're going to understand that, but then I want you guys to learn how to take it to the next level. Like, how did I get paid in the beginning? But we all want to maybe get somewhere else besides where we're at now, right? So you might be excited about that $15 check that just came in, or maybe it's that $150, whatever it may be. But I want to show you where you can go with that. And then I want to tie it as to what you believe you can do, right? So real quick, okay, we're going to do a rundown of the doTERRA compensation plan. So what you see here, this is what we call our bucket carrying activities, okay? So many times, I call that I have to physically be doing things and activities in order to get paid, okay? So obviously if you got a check, you did something right, okay? Or you did a business building activity or bucket carrying activity in order to get paid. So the first way is like if you ordered some oils, or you sent your website off to somebody, they could purchase them via retail. Okay, so they want to, and then you get this retail either for or and you rendered that item and they paid you full price for it, and you got to pocket that 25%. Okay, and that was your retail profits. Now we're talking mainly of the surprise checks or surprise money that obviously some of you guys are finding. Those are probably not likely retail. Those are more likely to be fast start. So maybe it's where you were smart enough or somebody showed you how to share a link, or maybe share your website and you help somebody get their own wholesale account, right? So someone goes and maybe you were a hostess for a party, and someone taught the class for you and they helped you earn cash as your hostess gift. So if somebody did that, they helped you earn your first doTERRA check. And that's probably because they had a belief enough in you, in your capabilities, and sharing with other people and doing the same, okay? And repeating that, and then so they can show you how to make more of this money that you just received. So the fast start bonus, this is where you personally enroll someone, okay? You are going to earn this 20% here. Okay, And whatever that new person, you know, that guest at your class, or that buddy you just helped get an kit from or whatever, or they got from you, you're going to earn that 20% off of whatever they purchase in their first 60 days. Okay. Then if that person happens and you teach that person how to go out and maybe host their own class, or maybe enroll their cousin in another state, well, then you can earn 10% off of that cousin and whatever they're purchasing in their first 60 days. Okay. And then if they do it again, okay, that cousin goes out and does someone else and helps somebody else get started, you get 5%. Now these percents are paid off of the PV value of whatever the new person is purchasing. Okay. The guest at the party or whatever. So this is what we call like a bucket carrying. You have to be out there actively doing things, because after 60 days, you're not making much, right? Now, the biggest thing I want you to understand, in order to get any check, okay, that's worthwhile, you need to be ordering 100 product value each month, okay? You need to always have 100 PV in your cart, especially for you to get fast start, okay? Because according to the computer system, the best way to think about this is, if you don't have 100 PV in your cart and they go to pay you your fast start, you're not going to get paid. Okay. So obviously you did that right, where you ordered 100 PV that month and you had 100 PV in your cart. When they went to go pay you for your fast start, that is paid out weekly. So I always tell my leaders, every Wednesday they're cutting checks. You better be checking to make sure you have 100 PV in your cart on Tuesday night and nothing fell out, especially during BOGO time and BOGO week. Here we are Tuesday night, check your accounts, because we've been messing with BOGOs, and maybe the items in there maybe been switched around, or maybe you thought you saved it. Make sure your template saved at 100 PV. Otherwise, you will not get that check on Wednesday, okay? And then as far as when it comes to Power of 3, this is where it really gets fun, okay? So a brand new person, let's say this month, you help someone, or someone helped you host a class, okay? Or maybe you taught a class and you got 3 enrollments. Awesome, right? Super excited. Now, if next month those 3 people go out and they each spend 100 PV each, and let's say you and them have an overall volume of 600, okay? So you're gonna see that 600 here. Then doTERRA is gonna send you a $50 check. Now, these people, these 3 people here, do not have to be your personal enrollments. So maybe your upline held the class too, and they know you've been sharing with other people. Maybe they put this person here, okay? So it doesn't matter who holds the enrollments of these people, as long as there's 3 people on your top line that are ordering LRP of 100 PV each, and you have an overall volume of 600. Now, some people will teach their downlines to do 150 each, so that way all 4 of them, you know, they'll be working together. Other people will get extra people to get that overall volume. So maybe you've got someone that did 50 here, 50 here. As long as the overall volume is 600, it works, okay? Then if you go out and you teach your 3 people, or help them teach their 3 people how to order 100 PV each, then each of them will get 50, and then you will get 250. And then you just repeat this down. Now, these, in order to place people underneath people, obviously they've got to be wellness advocates. Otherwise, you can't put them underneath anybody. Good night. Got children like running in here, grabbing oils at bedtime. It's like, oh, PB assist. Okay, yeah, they're getting their candy before bed. Okay, so that's what we consider it. Okay, so is that, I mean, give me some shaking heads. Yes, we're following, okay? So if you want to get your 1,500, you just keep helping, you know, people share with other people, help each of them get on LRP of 100 PV each, so you can fill these little holes in this structure. So that's what I consider a lot of this faster is what I consider bucket carrying. Now, if you've ever heard of the parable where the guy goes and he builds a pipeline over time, but he continues to have to carry the buckets. Okay, a lot of you are shaking your heads back and forth in order to get paid. Well, fast start is kind of like carrying buckets, because you have to teach classes and you enroll people and then you get paid. It only lasts for so long, and then it goes to a different type of payment that's not as much. depending on the level the person's at. So we'll get to that here in a second. But we, as we grow, this is not going to be the largest part of our check. And I'll show you a photo of that here in a minute. Now, how many have actually seen this chart before? Okay, this is what we, yes, okay, good. So this is what we call our Unilevel. Okay, so after they've been in the 60 days, then that, instead of that 20%, 10, or 5, it goes to wherever they're located in your structure, okay? So let's say I've enrolled someone, and after their 60 days, and I have 25 people in my top line, because I'm filling that power of 3, right? I'm finding at least 3 people that are going to order 100 PV each. It's not the smartest way to go about this, because you're going to see you're only going to be earning 2% off of them. That's going to turn into maybe enough to get like a McDonald's soda, okay? Or hot tea or whatever you're drinking today, okay? Not a great idea. So the goal is, when you first have your first class or whatever, is to help find some people that may want to share also, and then maybe stack some of the consumers underneath them. And then, so each level, okay, you're going to make a little bit of a different higher percent as you go. Now you'll notice, as a wellness advocate, you only get paid on 1 level, and then a manager, 2 levels, director. I don't worry about this a whole lot, because if you seriously have this many people on these levels, you're pretty much all the way to elite, organically building to that point, okay? Unless you're stacking, don't ever stack all the way down, okay? This is getting some structure stuff, but I wouldn't worry about that, okay? So this, you're trying to create like a beautiful, we're going to call it pyramid, even though we get called pyramid schemes at times, but you're making a beautiful pyramid of people. And the fat part's going to be at the bottom. So whenever you do get that beautiful structure of the power of 3, this is going to fill in very, very nicely. Okay. So like right now, you know, if someone has, you know, let's say 7 people on their top line, great. But I'd rather, that's okay, as long as I'm seeing like hundreds on these levels down here, right? In the future. That's the goal. And I know sometimes when you're thinking sort of hundreds, yes, it happens. I was so excited when I saw this for the first time, and I will never forget when Laura showed me how many people she had. She had 150 people. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is so many people. You have 150 people. Okay. You guys, I am getting close to like 1,900 people. Okay. That's a lot of people. And I was freaking out over 150. So I was so excited when I just got 50 people on my team, because it started to fill in all these blanks here. And so that Unilevel just continued to grow and grow. Now my Unilevel is larger than my Fast Start. Okay. So exciting stuff. Then once you get to various levels, and this is, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but once you hit that premier level, okay, doTERRA, as long as you're enrolling 1 person, is going to give you extra shares, okay? Each of those empowerment shares, as long as you're enrolling someone, you're going to get about, I think it's around 190. Now I haven't ever gotten one myself, but I want to say it runs around 190 or so, approximately $200 for your empowerment bonus, okay? Then they take that same thing, and they also offer that to silvers. But then silvers also have a special pool where they will get 150 or so dollars. I kind of bank on the 150 for silvers. Golds get about 500, and golds now can also get 2 empowerment bonuses. Okay, so they can get an extra 200 or 400, depending on if they did 1 new person or 2 new people. And then platinums, there's a straight up 1,500 bonus approximately. And then diamonds, their shares running around 4,000. Kinsey may have to help me with the blue diamonds. I'm almost forgetting. I want to say theirs are running a good, probably I don't know, is it like 10? It's been a while since I've looked at it. Higher at 16 then. Is that about right? Okay, I can't
I
hear
think
you.
that's pretty close.
Okay, I didn't know if it was 10 or 16. So, and I always kind of shoot lower. So, yeah. So imagine just that, just for hitting that rank of blue diamond, you guys. This is on top of all that stuff that we just talked about. So the potential here is huge. Okay, and then presidential, that's like 45 probably, or something crazy like that. I don't know. Okay, so that's just the pools. Then here's the other cool thing. Once you become a silver, every new elite person you bring on, you get an extra share. So you get another 150 there. And then as a gold, let's see, I'm trying to remember, you get additional share for gold. And then same with platinum. And then diamond, so that's for new elites. Now, if you're, once you're diamond, if you do get new premiers, you get an additional share. So that's pretty cool stuff right there, on how all that plays out. And so now we're getting into some big money. If you're just learning how to like, oh, make money, just know that there's this potential, okay? That's all you need to know about this. The biggest thing I want you to know, and the most important thing is, it's where you want to be. So we've covered everything, and you can kind of see from this chart here. Hold on, let me make this bigger. You can see from this chart here, this might be kind of small for some of you. Let me see if I can zoom in. Sorry, I'm moving people around here. So here you can see fast start, when you become a presidential here, okay, your fast start is itty bitty. Your power of 3 is here. Your Unilevel is most of your check, but look at that leadership bonus just for hitting the rank. And this is every month, you guys, every month, okay? So if you can see the potential here, now you see blue diamond. Now I'm gonna back up here. Now here is the gold's platinum. So you can see here when you become elite, right here, fast start's a majority of your check, okay? Tracy, you look like you got a question. You got your arm up? No? Okay. And then premiers, okay, you're working a little bit more, but you're getting some more residual kind of starting there. Silvers, golds.
I can see it. Tracy, you can't see her screen? I can see it. Can anyone else see it? Yeah?
Okay. So let me stop sharing, make sure I'm doing.
I can see it.
Oh,
okay.
It went away.
I can't either.
So I stopped.
I'm not sure I'm seeing what she's talking about, though.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull this back up. I think
her
I had
scrolling thing. I couldn't see anything that there was no words where she was scrolling with her pinpoint.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There we go.
Oh,
There we
I
go.
can see it. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. I may
We're
have
good.
to do a stop because if I share my whole thing, it wears down my Wi-Fi. I don't have
Oh.
like Kenzie's Wi-Fi in her car. You know, it's not like powerful like that or anything. Okay, so let's back up then, since you couldn't see what I was showing here. So you can see here, fast start. This is presidential right here, okay? So you can see fast start is a teeny tiny part of their check. Power of 3, itty bitty. Unilevel's the green, and the leadership pool, you know, I was talking about, is that orangey color, okay? So right? Same with these two. But when you look at the lower ranks, okay, I always say when you hit diamond, you work like an elite, because if you want to get to presidential or above, you've got to be working as elite. You need more elites, right? So you become that elite in the process. So with that being said, the elites are bringing in the fast start. They're bringing in all the new people, okay? And that's how you're going to get that fast money, okay? Because we want people to get paid fast, to get excited when they get checks. So that's why they do it this way. And then as a premier, you can see, okay, I'm getting my power of 3, maybe 250 at that point. I'm getting really excited. I'm getting my extra little bonus pool, you know, because I'm enrolling people, and, you know, I've got, you know, several people underneath me. So it's showing here, enroll 25 plus people, right? Enroll 15 people. So then we go up here to silver, and that's when we're starting to see some Unilevel check. It's become a little bit more than just some change, okay, because I'm gonna tell you at Elite or even Premier, it really feels like you're just able to maybe take your family to dinner. Okay, that is all the Unilevel really is. You're gonna be so if you're not working and you're not like enrolling people, you're not gonna see that. So if I have had, and I've seen, you know, had conversations with some silvers, and they're like, well, I don't make that. That's because this is average across the company. Well, I don't make that. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Cut this in half, okay, for new people, because we're going to talk. There may be some golds that have diamonds underneath them, and that gives them larger unilevels. That inflates this number some. So realistically, if you just cut these numbers in half for starting out for a brand new diamond, half of that I think for a brand new diamond is very realistic. Okay, so you know when you look at each of these, and I can say that as I've gone through each of these, cut it in half as a brand new rank. That's about what it's going to look like. So I want to be a very honest and transparent about that. But here's the thing, the difference between one silver and the next silver could be how much fast start they could be getting. Because I'm going to tell you, if you're enrolling 20 people a month, your fast start check is going to be awesome. I will never forget when Joanna Seiko, she came and we did a Diamond Club class, and we enrolled, I want to say in 1 week, it was like 25 people or something. My fast start check, you guys, was like $800. Whoa. Yeah, whoa. That was pretty amazing. Okay. So there's the power of Diamond Club. Get a Diamond Clubber to come in town, pack the house, act like they're king or queen or whatever, and you will grab so much excitement. And I'll never forget Joanna for coming and doing that for my group, because we made her sound like this amazing expert coming in. And she is an amazing expert, but we really built that up, and all these people came in and they were all ready to enroll. We literally turned that week, we had like 25 enrollments, and that check just, and they were good enrollments too. So that's the power of those kind of classes. So with that being said, I want you to ask yourself, and feel free to put in the chat, and Kinsey, or unmute yourself if you want to share. I want to ask you, where do you believe, well, I always say this, if you want to make money, you have to create something of value, right? So what kind of value do you think you're capable of creating? Okay, what do you believe you are capable of creating? When I first started, I knew I was capable of this. Guess where I got stuck? For a good couple years, right here, okay? Because my belief here, this is all I believe I could do, because this was enough. I knew I could do this much because this would replace my income and give me some cushion, okay? So I believed I could do this. I hit this in 9 months, you guys, and I stuck there. Never fell back from gold, not even 1 month. I ran fast to this. I worked hard. I knew I could get there, and I solidified gold, and I stayed there. I stayed there, and I stayed there, and I stayed there, and I stayed there, and didn't go any further. And I didn't have any, and I want you to understand too, I don't have a diamond underneath me. I have 2 golds, and they're all on the same leg, and one belongs to the other gold. So it's not like I have like this huge, level of a diamond or someone that just, miraculously, and I'm still sitting gold. I'm sitting as a diamond with people that are hitting literally silver, 4 silvers every month. Okay. I'm not sitting there with a gold and whatever. I have right now, ranking wise, we're realistically hitting silver by the skin of our teeth. And then I've got this lovely bout of a elite person who had hit silver before. Okay, so it's not like this massive organization that I've got. But with that said, though, the reason I believe I have not quite gotten there all falls back to my belief system, okay? Because I would say my belief system now sits about right here, okay? And so I've got to work on that, and I keep going. So But I believe I'm truly potential if I am ready, and when I'm ready to tap my true potential and I shift my belief system, I have no doubt I'm capable of this. But I self-sabotage a lot before I get there. Okay. So I want to pull up, I gotta stop screen share here so I can pull up a different screen. We're gonna go with this one. There. Can you see this one? Oh, hold on. This one right here. Do you see a bunch of colors on a stair step? Yes.
Yeah, we
okay.
can see it.
Okay. So to attain or sustain the rank of, okay. So let's look down here. Elite. Okay. We know that's about 3,000 in volume. You know, with courage, you're gonna, you believe in the product. Okay. You gotta believe in the product first. You have to be able to share your experiences with that product. Have the courage to just open your mouth, because if you don't have courage to do that, that's going to be more difficult. And invite other people to change their lives. Premier, okay. You believe in the company and opportunity with integrity, okay. You're presenting the message, and you grow to trust and enroll, and like you know it's happening, and it's all good. And Premier is a very powerful rank. Once you get to Premier, you truly believe in this opportunity. Silver, you got to believe in you to even get there. Okay. If you don't believe in you, it's not happening. So you have to have a lot of commitment at that point, that this is something you're really, truly going to dedicate on. I will never forget one of my leaders, when she literally, it was so funny. She just, like, it was the most difficult month for her. I knew she was planning a trip and everything. And I was so proud of her. And she literally decided, she's just like, I'm going silver, because I want to walk. And it was July. So either that or when she went gold. But it was literally like she decided, I'm doing this, and had that commitment. And then she went and just did the action steps to do it. And so we're going to break this down as to, like, what do I need to be doing, and how this is all going to, like, pull together here. So you solidify that certainty that you're just going to go do it. Then gold is about your builders. Okay. You believe in your builders, you love your builders, and you're able to share the vision of where you're going with them. And then you're able to nurture them, and also, you know, start doing that duplication. Okay. Platinum, you believe in your team. Okay. As a whole, you're expanding your community, you're working your leadership skills. And then that's how you implement the momentum. Then diamond, your why. Okay. So why do we start out? And I don't know, like Natalie Rigby, she always talks about, you know, your why, the vision board, all of that. That's why we work on this, because if not, you're not going to be able to lead this movement. You're not going to be able to be inspired. You're not going to be able to see or multiply that abundance if you don't have an abundance yourself. And that's the other piece of this I will share, is my why's not big enough yet. Okay. To be moving towards blue, I'm not there yet. Okay. I kind of know what I want to do with this, but I'm not quite there. And then your influence, obviously, you know, you're sharing your passion, and then you're able to really lead a movement, you know, and doing some things and raising empowered leaders. And then diamond, it's like your legacy. I mean, what can you do with the diamond? Presidential diamond paycheck. So that's a little bit of where I want to go, but I also wanted to share, there was one other, I think I shared that one already. Okay. So where I want to go with this is, and then what I want to leave you guys with tonight, you're going to get paid by how you perform, right? You have got to think of yourself. Okay. I was listening this morning to one, like, and this is just a suggestion, as you're running or you're doing your walk or meditation or doing the dishes in the morning after breakfast, whatever it may look like for you, I want you to just Google motivational videos. And this is if you don't have other things you do, you know, prayer ritual or whatever it may be. If you don't have anything, just Google motivational videos on YouTube and start listening to the ones that pop up. Okay. This morning I was listening to one, and there's a lot of different ones, and this one really stuck out with me. And this was when I kind of told Kinsey, I was like, hey, I've got something and I want to talk about belief. Because it's all about mindset to make money with doTERRA. And if you want to make that money, you've got to work hard, because no one that was ever successful sat on their heels and did nothing, right? You've got to be moving. So I want to ask you, are you a gazelle or are you a lion? Put in the chat, I want to see, are you a gazelle or are you a lion? Gazelles run really, really fast. Lions chase things. Gazelles run from things. So what are you? I really want you to think about this. Okay, you guys want to be lions, right? And this is good, because a gazelle must outrun the slowest gazelle, right, to stay alive. They're always being chased, okay? So if you're, if you're upline, or someone's always offering you like incentives, or you always have to be doing Diamond Club, or you're always having to, the only time you work is when you're working towards a trip to Mexico, all of those sorts of things, is if that is the only time that you're running is when somebody's checking in on you, coaching you, pushing you. Like, some people's like, oh, I don't want to be pushed, or I don't want to be pushy. Okay. Is because the lion is chasing you, right? You feel like a lion's chasing you when you're being pushed. You're always like, ah. But if you're the lion running with a bunch of other lions, what do you think you're going to eat that night? Because the lion is hungry. We got to be hungry, you guys. I'm hungry. I want to empower these people that I know. I'm in Illinois, and we're looking at the athletes right now. Don't even know if they're going to play fall sports. I know this is happening in other states. I know there's other things, disappointments and stuff. I just think every day, you know what, that kid's, I know a young man, his dad's been in the hospital with a lot of stuff, and I'm thinking, okay, what oils can I give them? I handed over a Family Essentials kit just to keep them healthy at this time, because the mom says, my son needs that time at the football field, and I can't take my kid out of football because emotionally, while his dad's in the hospital, he needs that team support. So you guys, I'm literally chasing these people down, saying, I've got this for you. I want you to have this. I want to bless you. And if we if we're busy, okay, and we're always chasing that gazelle, okay, and when we catch it, we get to drag it home and then feed our family with that, right? And I don't mean feed hungry like in the lion would. I'm thinking, what are my daughters seeing, and what are they being fed with when I bring that check home? Because I changed how they saw me when I ran, and I was the gazelle that ran out to these classes and teach these classes, and then I come home. The meat that my kids see and the checks that we get are seen as, mom just changed how many lives tonight. The bigger that check gets means that mom just ran out and she was so hungry to help a lot of people. And just think how filled, I mean, that's like filling a coffee cup, right? Just our cups are overflowing. Okay. That's kind of like the bucket carrying. This little bucket, unless I go out there, is not going to get filled up and brought home for us to drink out of it. And it's not going to overflow unless I go get it. So even as a diamond, you guys, okay, or a brand new person, if you're not going out and filling your buckets, or you're not hungry enough to go chase the gazelles, eventually it may dry up, because there's only so much in there, right? Your bucket won't be overflowing. Your cup won't be overflowing. So kind of think of that. And then two, So know that when you're running as a lion to eat, it's not about the rewards. It's about what you're bringing back home to those that are blessing. That can also mean, okay, maybe you have a downline member who's going through a hard time right now, and maybe their season in life has been difficult, and maybe they're that silver qualifier, that elite qualifier for you to be silver, whatever it may be. So you're running out and you're being the lion, and you're bringing that home, and you're bringing that enrollment, and you're putting it underneath maybe that elite to keep that going, because you know if you feed them, right, and you're feeding yourself and your own family, you're going to be blessing that many more lives. Okay. So, I mean, that's again a structure thing. And, you know, I had a conversation with someone today about, you know, loving people where they're at, because we all have those times that we're tired. Maybe we're the sick lion that day. So if we can just keep supporting everybody through that, our checks will be abundant. The last thing I want to share with you is like what you got to go do. Okay. So if you're not teaching classes, okay, and you're giving excuses as to why, or you're saying, I know one, when I heard today, let me pull that up here. One of the excuses was, I don't have anyone. Okay, you could call, you talk around, and you're like, well, how's your thing going? Well, I don't have anybody right now. I want you to think about those daily activities that you need to be doing. I don't care if it's reaching out to one person a day, or even one person a week. That's one person more than you had the day before. And also reframe that on, I don't have to, maybe, how can I find someone to help? How can I find someone to help? Okay, so let me see if there's anything else in my notes I wanted to make sure I touch on. Or how can I find, how can I help someone? And how can I just help others? I mean, that's the biggest thing I think I wanted to leave you guys with, is always be asking how I can help others. So I want to challenge you guys to mainly let go of any fear about contacting people. If you also don't always have a list of at least 10 people that you've been contacting and to play with a list. I know I asked someone, I'm like, do you have anybody in the, when I was finishing Diamond Club and we were like really, really chasing, and so I could, you know, get myself in that top 200 so I could go to Hawaii. I said, oh, do you have anybody on your list that, you know, might be on that verge? You should always have a list of 10 people, okay, that if it was your last day of Diamond Club and you needed one more enrollment, or if it's your last day of the month and you needed one more enrollment to push through to hit that rank of Diamond or whatever, to get that larger check, have at least 10 people on that list that you can call and be like, hey, and offer an incentive to. If you don't have 10 people on a list that's kind of like sitting there, then you better start working on making that list, because we got to be working in order to make that fast start. Because I'm going to tell you, if you're a silver and you say, I don't make that paycheck, or I'm an elite and I don't make $300 a month. Well, you saw it at elite. If you aren't doing the work, I don't care how big that Unilevel is, like at some point you're going to tap out on how deep you can even, you know, get. The largest I've seen some elites get was maybe around a couple $100, you know, with like 3,000 volume underneath them, maybe even as much as 5,000, but they didn't enroll. And I can say this because my mother-in-law, actually, she's an elite. She never enrolled anybody because she doesn't work. She doesn't do the business. That's not her purpose. Okay. But she was just placed there, you know, as a placeholder. So I know, like, you know, as far as checks go, she's not making no $300. Eventually she might, you know, level grows that big, but it definitely, I mean, she's been there for 6 years now, has never had a $300 check because she's never enrolled anybody. And so she didn't get that fast start. And that is the majority of the check. So you're going to tap out and hit your glass ceiling. So figure out where do you, have you created anything of value? Have you created enough value to make $10,000 a month? Or are you working just enough to make that 300? And none of it is, it's whatever you want, okay? It's whatever you believe you're capable of doing. and putting in the effort to get there. Because again, not one presidential diamond in this organization did not start at the beginning, right? They all had to start where we started and then put one foot in front of the other. So I'll open up for questions now, but the biggest thing is at least talk to one new person a week. Everybody in doTERRA should do that. Even sharers, in my opinion, should be doing that.
Yes, I'm gonna shut off the recording really quick so then we can open it up.